So recently I finished what is considered to be one of the most profound works of Russian literature, Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, and of course probably the most famous out of his works. The reason I finally decided to take the plunge into Dostoevsky is because I've been seeing in literary circles, especially on Bookstagram, that he is often compared with one of my favorite writers and someone I consider myself a student of, Franz Kafka. The Metamorphosis being one of my all-time favorite stories. This is my copy of The Trial, which is similar in aspects to Crime and Punishment, except Dostoevsky is more grounded in reality compared to Kafka's surrealism. Kafka often wrote his characters the same way he felt about himself, alienated, detached, isolated, low in self-worth, whereas Dostoevsky has written characters, such as the main character of Crime and Punishment, who are also detached, but it comes from a sense of superiority over others. The book takes place in 19th century Russia, in St. Petersburg, where we meet Raskolnikov, who is an ex-student living in an apartment which is about the size of a closet, as he's living in poverty. He's very prideful, and he has a theory that there are certain individuals like himself who are superior to others and therefore transgress moral standards. He also believes that murder can be morally right if it benefits humanity. So he ends up murdering an old pawnbroker, considering her a louse, and after which he begins to be sick with fever and delirium, and he faints in inopportune places. Of course, when is it ever a right time or place to faint? It may be called Crime and Punishment, and we certainly see the crime and the punishment, but the story is more about the in-between, as we see the psychological aspects of Raskolnikov, as he has to deal with his guilt and morality, and if redemption is possible. I do believe this story is considered one of the first psychological thrillers. It's definitely an intense read, but at the same time it does have its comedic elements, especially from Razumikin, who is Raskolnikov's university friend. There are actually a lot of characters in this story, as well as layers, and I thought these different character threads all came together in such a rewarding way. I love how suspenseful and full of tension the story is, especially since the murder actually happens in part 1 and the book has 6 parts and an epilogue. I do believe this has to do with Dostoevsky's seething prose, as he really makes these settings with Raskolnikov's apartment and the police station so claustrophobic. I really did enjoy reading this book. I don't think it's overrated at all, and I'm excited to read more Dostoevsky in the future, especially Notes from Underground, Demons, and the Idiot.